Welcome to 2025, the year of change, the year that you disappear and you come back stronger and better than ever before. This is the year where you say, I have had enough. I've had enough of barely making it. I've had enough of not hitting my financial goals, of not being able to take care of my parents. Heck, not even being able to take care of myself. This is the year where you put down your foot and you say, enough. I know that I'm meant for bigger things. I know that I'm here to do more in this world and that I'm going to start today by making those changes happen. I'm Marie, and I'm going to help you guide you on this journey on how to make a better life for yourself and for loved ones around you. An ambitious goal, to be sure, but I've been on this path of self-improvement for almost 2 years, and I have a lot of wisdom to share with you. I have a lot of life experience, and even more importantly, I have a story of my own, and I have wisdom that I've learned the hard way that I'd like to share with you so that you don't have to go through what I went through. That the hours and hours of self-discovery and learning, I can crunch it down, consolidate it, make it easier to understand for you guys, and reformat it in a simplistic way where you can understand these really sometimes very intense, very complicated subjects on how to turn your life around. And also what path is going to be on. Full disclosure, first thing right here on this first video, the self-improvement, self-awareness, it led to entrepreneurship. So that is where I am at right now. I am backtracking on these videos so I can help you from the ground up. You know, when you decide that I've had enough, that I'm going to change my health, I'm going to change my relationships with my loved ones, I'm going to be bigger, better, and stronger than I was the year before. Well, in order to do that, you've got to know where to start. That's one of the first biggest things. Who do you listen to? What YouTube channels do you go to? What mentors do you want to listen to or have in your life? Where do you start? How does it begin? Well, we're going to do that right now, and we're going to go ahead and start with the 5 pillars of life. There are 5 pillars. They're broken down and so that you can understand each one, because each one is a foundation in which your life is put together. If 1 or 2 of these are shakily or wobbly, it's okay, you can get through it. But if you have all 5 that are under attack, Houston, you got a problem. You need to get to work. You got to stop crawling around on all fours through life. And we all know, we've all been there. We've all been at that time when we're just crawling through life, just trying to stay afloat, trying not to drown, just trying to figure it out. I mean, let's be honest, just trying to figure it out. So, first 5 pillars of life. And also, before we get into them, I want to explain one thing. Each of these 5 pillars are like spokes on a wheel. If one of them is short, if one of them is not quite right, or you haven't put enough attention to it, it makes for that wheel to be a little bit bumpy. It's almost like having a flat tire or a nail in it. It's, you know, you're going to feel it as you're going through life, that to-do. So pay attention to all 5 and try to focus on all 5. So here we go. Here we go with number 1. Your health. How many times have we been told growing up, take care of yourself, work out, drink lots of water, meditate, make sure that you are, eating healthy, watch what you're eating. The basics and foundation of life. Because here's the thing, without this number 1 pillar, everything else is going to fall apart. If you don't have energy, if you're not mentally clear, you're not going to be able to handle the other 4 pillars. All the other 4 pillars are going to suffer. So this is why the first pillar is your health, because without it, everything else crumbles to the ground. And like I said, right now in this video, we're just looking at an overview. If you were to step back from your life and take a look at what is in front of you, and look, we're not looking at rose-colored glasses here. We're not looking in a pessimistic, oh, my life is the worst thing that's ever existed. We're looking for truth. We're looking for reality. What exactly or how exactly is your life right now, right this minute, at the time of this video when it shows up in your life? Because if it's showing up in your life, it means that it was meant for you to see. I believe that the universe gives us what we're looking for, even if we don't know that we need it. So, first thing, health. How is your health? Do you work out? Do you handle your weight? Do you drink lots of water? Do you watch what you eat? Do you pay attention to the toxins that you're putting into and around your body, like in shower gels and things of that nature. Take a look at your health. And on a score of 1 to 10, where are you at? Is it a 5? You got some work to do? Is it a 10? Are you just like the buffest, most put together person that ever existed? 1 from 10, where is it? Number 1 pillar, health. Because without it, nothing else works. Number 2, and this one's really important because we are social creatures, us humans. We are not meant to be alone. And so an intimate relationship, whether that's a girlfriend, a boyfriend, however you want to call it, who is that person that has the most access to you? Who is that person that has the most influence and can literally change your life? Do you know that out of all the people that you're ever going to meet in this world and in this lifetime, the person that's going to affect you the most, the person that can tear you down or build you up, is going to be that significant other? They're everything. You know, we're social creatures. We're not meant to be alone. So how is that relationship? Is it screaming matches every single day? Do you not get what you need? Do you even know that you're not getting what you need? Or do you have great communication with your girlfriend or spouse? Is it open lines of communication? Everyone's getting what they need. There's disagreements and there's discussions, but there's no screaming, shouting, or screaming or banging of pots or pans, for goodness sakes. How is your intimate relationship? Do you have one? Let's start with that. Do you even have one? I just talked about, that you feel different from others at the beginning of this video, that maybe you don't fit in. Maybe getting a girlfriend or boyfriend is difficult for you. Maybe it's not easy to talk to strangers. Maybe that's one of the first things you got to start with if you have your health in order. Number 3, we all want to be significant in what we do in this world. Nobody just wants to be nobody. We all crave significance, now in different shapes, different sizes, and different ways, for sure. But significance equals career for some people. So how is your career? Do you have a career? Do you have a bunch of jobs, odd jobs that, they're not what you want them to be? It's not what you want to do for the rest of your life, but, you're making it work. Are you on your way to getting a career? Where are you in that career? Are you just punching the clock, going in and going out? Or are you getting there early? Are you, adding more value to the teams that you get recognized? Somebody's going to have to get promoted at some time, and it's going to be the person that comes in early, leaves late, and works harder to find the answers that no one else will. Just straight up. Now, a career also, and especially in my terms, can also be entrepreneurship. It can also be, where are you in growing a business? Are you interested in growing a business? It can be literally restarting your life at 34 and going, holy crap, I am and will be an entrepreneur. I love business. It turns me on. It turns me up. It puts all 12 cylinders in my brain to work. And I love that feeling of having my brain working and figuring things out. If there's 2 things that I am in this life, it's a master problem solver and definitely a survivor. And I'm telling you that the career, like having a pathway of where you want to go, because here's the thing, let's just be honest. Money rules everything. It's in the hierarchies. It's about your ego. It affects everything about us, from what quality food we can have to sometimes even the relationships and the access to other people that we have. Money is the new altar at which let's be honest, it's the new altar at which everything runs. What's that saying? Money makes the world go round. It's important. And in order to get money, you have to have a way to make it. So whether that's a career working a 9 to 5, whether that's entrepreneurship, take a minute, sit at the end of your bed and, just put your head down and just think, where am I? Because in order to have actual change happen, you got to take measure. You got to figure out where you are. You've got to be realistic about where you are so you can figure out where you're going. It doesn't all happen overnight. But these are the first buildings. This is the absolute ground level. This is the absolute ground level of finding out, have I had truly enough? Do I truly want more? So, number 3, career. Where are you? What's going on? Do you have a pathway for where you want to go? And is that pathway changing as are you seeking out new knowledge so that you can get better at your job? Or in my case, I was going down the self-improvement road, and all of a sudden I'm like, everyone's an entrepreneur. Well, how do you make real money? How do you make the kind of money where you can have multiple homes? How do you make that kind of money where you can, have food, that's delivered to your house and you don't have to cook a darn thing? Where is that kind of money coming from? And just for the record, I have a 4-year degree. I don't really care to share at this time, maybe in the future, but I'm in a very high level sales position. And I got to tell you, with the inflation and everything that's going on in this world, it's just not enough. I want more out of life. So for me personally, my pathway, which I never thought was possible, I was always like, oh, I'm going to be really good at sales. I'm going to, have a nice house, have a nice car, have a family, a beautiful husband, and the fairy tale whatever after. And got to the top of the hill on the career, worked really hard, got the job that I have, looked around, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is not going to cut it. This has not even come close. After a decade of blood, sweat, and tears, I realized that I was going in the wrong direction. Does that resonate with you? Are you also going in the wrong direction? Seriously, I put myself through school. I worked 80-hour work weeks, 90-hour work weeks for how many years? 10 years. I put myself through school. I got out with little to no debt by doing it. And that was the payoff. Instead of 4 years and $100,000 in debt, I did 8 and walked out with less than 10. Let's just put it that way. So, it can be done. But then once you get out, then you have to have experience. I remember I was going to my first interview and I'm like, hey, here's my college degree. Like, here's the golden ticket. And I was so taken back when they're like, and what's your experience? Did you do an internship? Have you worked at another job? And it's like, oh, that's not just the golden ticket. So that was an interesting awakening. And it matters. How you make your money, how you turn on your brain, it matters. And that's a good question also, and that's something to reflect on as well. Does your job make you brain dead? Are you just going through the motions? Do you have to be only partially present to be there? Now, it's one thing if you want that. It's another thing, and let's be honest, we all want to level up. We all want to grow. We're made to be in this world to carry a load, to carry a burden, and to figure things out. People call life a test. Well, if it's a test, you actually have to go through experiences to get there. And I don't think I know anyone, at least for me personally, that's like, yeah, I just want to barely make it for the rest of my life. We all want to have, more to some degree. And so that's where building that career, figuring out where you're going, how are you going to make money for this lifetime? And are you happy with it? Is it enough? Something you can do to help figure out where you are and to take measurement. Sit down with a piece of paper and just write down what it is. Where are you at? Did you make your goal? Are you happy with the amount of money that's coming in? Are you happy with what you're doing? And if you're not, maybe it's time to start doing something about it. So that's that, which leads me directly into what we were just talking about. As you build your career, whether it's in entrepreneurship or whether it's a 9-to-5 or whatever it is that you do, you're doing it for money. So here's the next one, and this is a big one. How are your finances? Yeah, or do you have $2,000 hanging on a credit card? Are all your credit cards maxed out? Can you put food on the table? Where are you in your finances? Do you have a retirement? You're not going to live forever. You don't want to work forever. Now, in my case, business turns me on. It turns me up. I really enjoy it. This entrepreneurship journey. Got to tell you, I don't know if I'll ever retire. I enjoy it that much. But for most people, and I realize I'm an exception to the rule here, for most people, at 65, 70, you want to stop. You want to take a breath, go fishing, do hobbies and things that you didn't have the time before to do. So there's that. Look at your finances. And also, while we're at it, a good thing to note here, if you have not had a financial crisis of some kind in 5 to 6 years, you're due for one. That can be the car breaking down. That can be a medical health issue where you have to pay a bunch of bills and lab work and everything else. Life is going to come for you at some point. You need to have some money in your savings account for when this happens. Do not spend every penny of your paycheck thinking that it's never going to happen to me. I guarantee you, and on this channel, I don't guarantee things very often, things are going to happen. You are going to need that money for a rainy day fund. Something's going to happen. It's life. It's the way things happen. So, number 4, your finances. And also, while we're talking about savings accounts and things of that nature, let's also talk about, what are you spending your money on? Here's an even better question. Do you know what you're spending your money on? Have you balanced your budget? Your family household, your account is no different than any other business that exists in this world. It needs to have a budget. How much are you spending on rent? How much are you spending on takeout? Or here's a delightful one that I know some people that have some issues with. How about that Starbucks? Yeah, that latte that you get up every day, that's what, $7 or $8 now with inflation? How many of those are you getting? This is right now, for this first video, it's all about taking inventory. Where are you? Because here's the thing, if you never set an aim, if you never set a goal, you're never going to hit it. You have to take aim. And the only way to take aim is to know where you are in the universe, where you are in your life. You've got to start somewhere. This is the basics. Taking inventory, taking measurement, which leads me to my 5th one. 5th spoke on the wheel of the 5 pillars of life. Friends and family. Now, these are lumped together because these are outside influences into your personal life and then also into your mind as well. Let's be honest. Our friends and family can influence us in ways that are great and also horrible. Are you with the right friends? There is a saying that, you take the 5 people around you, and that's a reflection on who you are as well. That you become who you surround yourself with. So I will tell you, and I can help you with this, if you take a look around with your friends and you don't like who you see, okay? You're like, nope, I don't want that to be me. My friends, we're always partying it up. We're always, getting drunk at night, going home with strange guys, or whatever it is that you don't like about those friends. You don't like that. Here's an even better thing. You know that you should drop them. You know that they're toxic for you. You know that they hurt you in ways that are maybe not so obvious. Oh, we're having a good time. Yeah, well, you're having a good time. Everyone else, and especially someone like me, is busting their butt to try and make it even farther than you ever will. Do you want to get left behind? Is that friend group really the best thing for you? Are they tearing you down, telling you that you're not good enough? Are they telling you that your dreams are never going to happen? Are they trying to get you on drugs and this and that? Who are your friends? Because if you take a look at your friends, you can also find yourself. And that also leads me to family, which on those you don't really have an option on. I mean, you walk into a family. Now, some say blood is thicker than water. I'm going to be personally honest in my personal experiences. I am a person that thinks that family is who you choose. And I also think that your choice is extremely important, that they also choose you. Those lifelong friends, and to go back to that, lifelong friends can also become family. And that's why this pillar is intertwined, because they go together. And they are the outside influences outside of yourself and your spouse that can affect your decisions and affect where you're going and who you are. Are they someone that's going to cheer you on when you start trying to lose weight? Are they going to root for you and say, you can do this, when you try to get your first company off the ground? And maybe, and I'll be honest, at this point in time in my life, I'm stepping back from my friends and family. I love them dearly and they love me. Everyone can have an opinion. You are welcome to your opinion. You can also are welcome to tell me that this channel sucks. That is your opinion. I'm just here trying to help people as much as I can, for as long as I can, while I can. Because I'm not going to be in this place forever. I guarantee you, by the end of this year, things are really going to start changing for me on the entrepreneur journey. Which means for me personally, I need to share this information with you now, while it's still fairly fresh. I have been on the self-improvement journey for almost 2 years, a little over perhaps. And so before I start losing things and how I did things and how I literally, here's my hand, come with me. Come with me. I will show you the way. And here's the thing. I'm not reverberating what other people said to some degree. I've made it my own. I've lived it. I've been there. I've done it, okay? I promise you. Been there and done it. That's why I'm sharing these videos. That's why I must literally take my hand, watch my videos. Step by step, I'm going to show you how to literally elevate your life onto a whole new level that you did not even think was possible. And I'll tell you why. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was possible at one point. I'm like, this is life. These are the cards that I was dealt. It is what it is. Wrong. Dead wrong. You can change it. You can change anything you want to if you put the willpower behind it and if you get a big enough why. You have to get the big enough why. And that's why we're looking at all 5 of these pillars: health, intimate relationship, finances, career, friends, and family. All 5 of them. Sit down with a piece of paper, or even just in your thoughts. You can sit at the end of the bed, and just think. This world gets so loud. It gets so crazy. And that's one thing that I will be wanting to share with you guys here as well as we go down this path together. I will tell you, no one really wants to become an entrepreneur just because. Usually, if you are starting off for an entrepreneur, you have been through hell and back. And I've been there multiple times. And I'm here to tell you that it is possible to gain an inner peace so beautiful, so wonderful, so powerful that you will literally pull people to you. It's magnetic. And it's so interesting that when you reach to that other side, when you have absolutely no makeup on and you're just out in society, like trying to mind your own business, and complete strangers will just come up to you. It's possible. You can do this. And I'm here to show you the way. So, take a look at all 5 pillars. Be realistic. We're taking a measurement here. Don't beat yourself up. That's not what this is about. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about taking measurement about where you are right now at the beginning of 2025. Where are you? In your health, in your intimate relationships, in your career, in your finances, and in your friends and family. And while you're there, what changes should you do, could you do, if you would change them? Okay? And let's pick our battles here. We're not looking to change all 5 at once. It's going to be a long road, okay? Change does not happen overnight. You got to do it one step at a time. Left foot, right foot, one step at a time. You can get there. I promise you can get there. But you got to just take that first step. And so that first step is, where am I? Where am I in this world? Where am I in my health? Where am I in the things in the life that I want to live? And if you're not happy the way I wasn't happy, I was so miserable. And here's the thing. If you have 3 or 4 or even, God help you, 5 of those pillars under attack, crumbling, dropping to the ground, no wonder your life sucks. Okay? You've got to have these pillars in place. You've got to take your time and energy to make them healthy. Where your attention goes, energy flows. You have to be aware of it in order to change it. So let's get started with those. And while we're at it, I just wanted to go ahead and take a quick minute, since this is my first video on this channel, to just kind of introduce myself and just kind of put it all out there on what's going on, why am I doing this, what's the mission for this YouTube video. So on this journey that I've been on, I literally started out with, life was just so horrible. Life was just, so incredibly painful. So incredibly painful. I had all 5 pillars at one point in the last 2 years completely under attack. I've been there. I've done it. It was so bad. I had all 5 of them under attack, brutally under attack in some way or some degree. And I got to the point where I had enough. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? There has to be more than this, especially when I hit towards the top of my career and I took a look around. And after a decade of 80, 90-hour weeks, this is it. This is what I worked for. This is what I put myself through school for. This is it. While everything else was happening. And I'm doing this because all the people that I listen to, all the books, all the podcasts, anyone that's ever mentored me, whether they know it or not, And I will say right here, right now, there are 3 life changers. There, out of all the people I've listened to, out of the thousands of hours of books and podcasts and doing it, implementing it, executing this knowledge that I have learned, out of all of them, there are 3 names that are going to pop up pretty often. The first one is going to be Jordan Peterson, and he is also very much interwoven into this foundation that I'm setting for you guys, which led me to Tony Robbins, which was actualizing, like actually executing this information. And that's all self-improvement. That's all self-development, which leads me to where I'm at now, which is going to be with Iman Gaji, which is an entrepreneur. And the thing that draws me to him is his SMMA, which is Social Media Marketing Agency, which is what I'm going to be working, which is actually what I'm working on right now while I'm doing these videos. But I got to get you all caught up, and I want to get this information out there so I can help change lives. Now, look, I'm not so egotistical that I want to change the world, okay? There's only one of me. There's only one of me. But if I can make your life just a little bit easier, if I could go back and if I could help the younger me 10 years ago, if I can hit the 20-year-olds, if I can hit the 50-year-olds, I don't care how old you are, this foundational work that I am setting is for everybody. It works if you do the steps, if you take the action, and if you actually put the energy into, I've had enough. I'm done struggling. I'm done living my life by someone else's rules. I'm done being owned and caged by society. I'm not going to take it anymore. I am going to change, and I'm going to do it now. Not next week, not next month, not even tomorrow. I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to take what this girl is saying and be okay. Let's try it. I've got nothing to lose. My job's falling apart. My health isn't so great. I'm overweight. I'm smoking, whatever it is that's going on. I don't have a career. I'm working at a 9-to-5 job right now, trying to make ends meet. Finances, there's nothing in the savings account, Marie. I'm broke. And friends and family, well, got this toxic person in my life. I've been there. I've done it. Well, not all that, but I know what struggle is, okay? I get it. And I got to tell you, just between you and me, one of the most courageous things you're ever going to do if you want to change your life is execute this video, is execute what I'm telling you to do, okay? It's the hardest thing to do, to look in the mirror and to not be happy with who you are. I get it. I so get it. But I hope you feel me through this beautiful technology that exists. I hope you feel me when you hear me, that you can change it. You can be more, so much more. You can be the beautiful light that you're supposed to be for this world if you choose it. This life is nothing but choices, okay? You get to choose who you are. You've got to break, and I will tell you, I had to break a ton of chains off me, okay? I had not 1, but 2 toxic parents that I had to literally damn near arm wrestle out of my life. And it was hell, okay? It was one of the most excruciating hells ever trying to get them out of my life. It's my parents, okay? You try not having 2 parents. Most people at least have one sane one that's close, one that they love on. Okay, I had 2 really bad ones. I had to kick them out of my life. It was not easy. And it's not going to be easy to turn around and look in the mirror either. To be like, okay, this is where I'm at. Okay, I got to work on this on my health. Okay, I got to work on this on my finances. It's not easy to take a look in the mirror, especially if you haven't done it in a very long time. But I'm telling you, it's so worth it. You just have to start. All it takes is one step in the right direction, and you can change your whole world. As I was going through this entrepreneur journey, you can literally bend reality to your whim if you know what you're doing. Now, Marie, I don't know what I'm doing. That's great. I'm going to show you the way, okay? Literally step by step, piece by piece. And let's be honest, okay? I have a regular full-time job. I have my own health that I'm trying to take care of. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel up and going for you guys to get it out there. And I've got I got my agency that I'm getting off the ground as well following Iman's footprints on that. So I'm going to be straight up honest when it comes to this YouTube channel. I don't have time to screw around. Okay. I'm going to try to give you the information as quickly, as concisely, as consolidatedly, and as simply as I can so you can take the actions that you need to take to move forward. And some of it might just sound like, oh, rah, rah. That's going to be like one of the next videos is like how you talk to yourself. I promise you it works. And why can I promise you that? I already did it. Been there, done that. And I got to tell you, while I'm at it, I've probably come from one of the hardest starting up areas that you can, okay? And all these pillars under attack or under a problem at one point or another. I guarantee you, if you have, I've been through things, okay? I've had a lot of life experiences in a very short period of time. I've had whole lifetimes crammed into the last 33 years. So been there, done that, got the scars to prove it. Very proud of my scars. They make me who I am. Metaphorical scars. We all have them, let's be honest. But take a look in the mirror. You got to start somewhere. And this channel is going to help you, okay? I'm going to give you the quick and dirty. Like I said, I don't have all day. And as things progress, as the company goes up, as YouTube moves on, I will invest more money to try and make this more pleasant. Right now, with finances and the way things are, this is what it is. Actually, so far, it seems to be turning out pretty well. I will tell you, getting in front of a camera is not always the easiest. It's a little bit difficult at times. It's been an interesting time just going ahead and recording this video for you guys. So I will also tell you, I do not plan on doing this forever. And I'm setting the tone for myself right here, right now. I found my inner peace. I did it through going through multiple tours through hell. I've been there. I am not going to lose my inner peace over this. Like, I want to help you guys, but like, I have my own life to live as well. So I don't plan on doing this forever. Now, is that going to be next year, 5 years, 10 years? I don't know. I don't know just yet. I will say this. I will only keep doing videos so long as I actually have something to say. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Like, I want to do these videos. I want to do them right. And I want to lay them out in a way that you can literally follow them step by step, where you're not going to have to go to the 10 or 15 or gosh, how many people have I listened to? Like 30 people? Like, you're not going to have to go through the 30 people that I did to get the same results that I did, because I've already been there. I've already done it. I'm consolidating it down for you, streamlining it for you. Like, if you want to change your life, come with me. I'm your girl. Okay. We're going to get there one step at a time. But I don't plan on doing this forever. All those socialites and everyone that's just all into their YouTube channels and their Instagrams and things like that. Look, I'm setting the tone. I'm setting the intention right here. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I've been there. I've done it. I've been through hell. I've changed my life. I can change yours too if you let me. I'm here to help, but I'm not going to do this forever. There will come a day where I will probably try to leave the videos up, but I will just, have an email and you guys can contact me later on in life that way if you want to deal with business or whatnot. So we'll just set the tone on that. One of the reasons why is I am happy to share all this knowledge and honestly wisdom at this point. Been there, done that, just downright wisdom in some cases. I want to share. I want to help. I'd like to help as many people as I can in this world while I'm here. And one of those ways that I want to do that is by creating a company, creating an empire, if we're being honest, where the people underneath me have a safe place to work, where they're valued, where their contributions are, matter, and where we can not only can I change the people underneath me in my companies, but by also changing the world around me and, helping to protect the oceans, helping, child hunger and the many, many, many challenges that this world faces. I would like to throw my power behind it to try to make it just a little bit better than what I got it as. Isn't that all we can do as humans? Just try to be a little bit better than what we were before. So that's the goal, is to help you guys as much as I can. But like I said, I'm not going to do it forever. I'm also a very private person. While I'm happy to give some examples, especially on this first one, like I'm also going to be doing a lot of generalizing. I don't care to share my entire life story with everyone and everything. I'm happy to give you the generals. I'm happy to tell you, like the 2 toxic parents, been there, done that. But I'm not going to tell you all the nitty gritty details. I don't care to do that. I'm moving on. You can too. And that's where, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. But this is the first video. It's important to me that I set the tone right here, right now, that I am doing this not for fame, I'm trying to build my own fortune with my own company, okay? I'm not trying to get rich off YouTube. That wouldn't hurt. And I'd love to donate and give back if that does happen. Not going to lie. But I'm not trying to get rich off of YouTube. I'm not looking for the fame. I don't want to be the most known person, stopped on every street that ever existed. I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help the girl that might be the next entrepreneur, that might run the next $50 million company, to that young man that, wants to have a family and wants things, but just doesn't know where to turn. And, honestly, I'm planning to speak to everybody. I know a lot of these male entrepreneurs, these successful $100 million entrepreneurs. They're beautiful. They're wonderful. I follow them myself, okay? But I have a very different perspective as a woman. I have a very different perspective, and I think I can help. Not only young girls, but also future young men that also want to run businesses and companies. Okay. Now, that being said, I am trying to hit I'm trying to hit anywhere from 20s, anyone in their 20s and 30s. Let's just be honest, I'm going to be more relatable to that because that's where I'm at in life. But that being said, this information, especially this foundation work, if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, that is A-okay. You don't have to be. This information does not mean that you cannot change your life. If you want to just be a really amazing school teacher or a great mom, or help contribute more and take care of your parents, or just be a better person in general, like, hey, I just want to be joyful. I don't want to be so depressed all the time. Don't worry, I got you. This channel is still for you. Just know that for me, it led into an entrepreneurial direction, and this YouTube channel will as well as things go on. So I just wanted to leave you with that the 5 pillars of life, a brief overview about who I am, what this mission is, and this mission is to help as many people as I can along the way. Because I am going places, I am going to do things, I am putting a massive amount of energy and effort into getting out of corporate America, getting into the entrepreneurial space, and also sharing my experiences as I can every day. Well, as much as I can. Okay. Like I said, I got a full plate in my hands, just trying to get everything figured out myself. But I'm going to take you on this journey with me, and together we can make changes. Now, it's going to depend up to you on how big those changes are, how much effort you want to put into it, how far you want to go. Some people just, want to feel better. They just want better health. Well, I've got those for you. Some people just want better relationships. No problem. Or some people want better finances or career. I've got to a higher level sales, okay? I can give you some tips and hints on how to improve that. It's just one step at a time. And it starts by taking measure, by looking in the mirror, taking a really good look at yourself for all that you are. We're not beating ourselves up. We're not saying we're the most amazing thing that ever happened. We're just taking inventory. And with each one on the health, the intimate relationships, career, finances, and friends and family, rate them out of 1 out of 10. Where are you? Which one's the lowest? Which one needs the most effort right here, right now? And that's something, make a promise to yourself, okay? And this is a promise that I've made to me. This is just me personally. I think it helps. Always be willing to learn. For me personally, I'm never going to stop learning. There's so much beautiful information out there. Things are changing so fast in this new technological world that we exist in. I made a promise to myself that I'm never going to stop learning. Make a promise to yourself that you're never going to stop trying to be the best that you can be, to show up, to be present, to be healthy, so that you can give back to not only yourself, but to the people that love you and care about you the most. And if you can do all that, maybe even the world. So I'm going to leave you with that. I will see you guys soon, and take a look at those 5 pillars of life so that you can disappear from 2025 and come back as the most amazing, best version of yourself that you can by the end of this year. Stick with me. I'll show you the way.